Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my weekly review.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here, meeting my icon, Catherine Isabel here.
Across the streams of hopes and dreams where things are really not. Come along if you can. Come along if you dare.
Have a good one. Cheers, guys.
Side of your mind, but please realize you'll probably be surprised.
Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of the mid-season premiere of Riverdale on the CW, which is Season 2, Episode 10, Chapter 23, called The Blackboard Jungle. And so I was very excited to talk about the show again. I was very much looking forward to the premiere, which aired last night. Had some other stuff going on, but I did just watch it today when I got up. I've definitely missed talking about Riverdale. It's something because, I feel like I say this in every video, but it doesn't seem like a typical show of mine that I would talk about. Even my girlfriend doesn't understand why I'm so into it, which is kind of like the reverse of what you normally think. But I'm gonna have her watch it sometime, she'll get into it. But anyway, there's just something addicting about Riverdale for me. I really care and find a lot of characters to be likable. And yeah, teen drama, but there's something extra a little bit dark and gloomy about it that I find just really enthralling. But yeah, and this mid-season premiere I thought was pretty good. I thought it was in ways even better than the mid-season finale. I don't know, depends how you look at it. But yeah, I think Riverdale so far is holding up, fine, for the increased episode order, of 22 episodes. We still got this next, over 10 more to watch, but I think it's doing a good job of it so far. The story of the Black Code, the initial part of it was sort of wrapped up, but obviously that's not the end of it. As I sort of said in the mid-season finale review, I think it's just a foot soldier that they had, they had gotten to, they had killed. But I think there's definitely someone else still pulling the strings and causing all this to happen. So I think it's actually going at a pretty good pace. And this episode, like I said, I liked. We have Southside High shut down, so a lot of the students are brought over to Riverdale High. And there's a lot of course, resistance with that. Of course, you have people like Veronica and Josie who are trying to be a little more welcoming or tolerant or just sort of peacemaking. Then of course you have guys like Reggie and the random jocks and stuff like that. They just don't want to accept it. All because they threatened Archie and kind of their just back and forth relations over the years and everything. Now Principal Weatherby is ends up not allowing them to show their symbol anymore after Reggie basically frames the Serpeants for spray painting the floor of the school with a serpent symbol. So that causes them to have to wear these uniforms, but even Jughead's dad, even FP sort of brushes that off, saying just put on your shit after school, basically. Just lie in wait, but always be a serpent. It's just a few hours out of the day. Even Tony says that. So I think Jughead is again being a little bit kind of reckless and a little bit over the top with his reaction here. If FP can roll with it and just sort of just say whatever, we can do take care of our stuff after school. And I think Jughead should probably be that way too. But he does make this club for them to basically talk as serpents and make whatever plans they're going to at the school. And Weatherby apparently approved. I think it's like a fantasy, like RPG kind of group or something. I don't know. Serpents and swords, come on, how could he not realize what's going on there? But, you know, that was still fine. Before we talk about the Veronica and Archie stuff this week, which I really liked, let's talk about my least favorite part of this week's episode, and that was definitely the Betty stuff. I've said before, Betty I don't really like very well, honestly. I mean, I know she has her place on the show, but I don't know, I just don't buy into her like some people do, I guess. I find her kind of annoying and hypocritical and contradicting and stuff like that. I don't know. The actress does a fine job. I just don't care for the character that much. So naturally, I don't really care when scenes are from her perspective or centered around her. We found out that Polly had her babies, so that's nice. And of course, her mom's broken up about that. She wasn't there. Yeah, I guess Polly is part of this farm cult kind of thing, which we already kind of knew a little bit about. So it was kind of odd. And then we eventually tracked down their brother, Charles, who's living in a very sketchy motel doing God knows what when it comes to fantasy fulfillment and probably other drug related stuff too. And he just came off naturally creepy right away, just waiting for him sitting in the room when Alice and Betty went in there, and they picked an actor with a really creepy kind of face too. Not knocking him, but if they wanted a creepy character, they definitely picked the right kind of person for it. And which he is, because he's watching Betty sleep very close up at the end of the episode. So he's probably been through a lot, and he's got wrapped up in a lot over the years, just being on his own. So yeah, this Jughead sort of narrates, kind of led in another sort of threat and monster into her family, so that's cool. Now, as far as the, like I said, the Veronica Archie stuff this week, I thought it was definitely the best part of it. Because Veronica is my favorite character, so of course it would be. Veronica and FP are my favorites, by the way. I'll have to do a video on that. But with that, I do like Archie and Veronica being together again, despite, them still trying to go for the kind of love triangle with Archie and Betty and everything again. I'm sure they'll creep back up at some point, but I like where things are at right now. Like I said, I like Veronica's stance, handling the, serpents coming in, and she seems to actually, make an effort to, be friendly to them. I was surprised more of them didn't just, push her off, or, just kind of, insult her or something, but they didn't, luckily, because they are decent people. At least, Tony and Sweet Pea, kinda, and Jughead, of course. Archie, though, is approached by an FBI agent, and apparently they're looking into, Herman Lodge, trying to find a way to bring him down, because they know about his, his acts under the books, his criminal activity, and they're trying to find ways to, find some direct evidence and, finally stop him for good. And so it's definitely, and obviously puts Archie in an awkward position, being closer again to Veronica. But Archie, he has a good heart, so when he knows there's all this wrong, supposedly going on, he starts looking into it, so you have a very awkward dinner, with, Veronica's parents, and he starts asking a little bit too much about what happened to, Nick Sinclair. He made it kind of obvious right away, and Veronica, quickly realized that. You could tell she was kind of, okay, why is he talking so much? But before we talk about Veronica and Archie's discussion at the end of the episode, there was also there was also Archie and Cheryl. Archie approaches her, and Cheryl kind of holds this thing over him about seeing her, him and Betty kiss, and he wants to. He doesn't want to be blackmailed by Cheryl, and Veronica find out about that. So he's willing to sort of kill two birds with one stone, get some payback on Nick, directly for what he tried to do to Veronica. But like Cheryl said, it didn't happen to her because Veronica slapped him silly, and so he didn't get quite as far with her as what he almost tried to do to Cheryl herself, which is still really awful. And I like how they're approaching this so far. And Cheryl, meanwhile, needs some money back from him that was previously disposed of because her mom has turned to basically, helping the lonely men of Riverdale. I'll just say that. Yeah, so certain themes on the show are a little bit adult, which I think is fine. But I know there's definitely some younger kids that watch the show too. So, but it is what it is. Kids today, they know a lot and see a lot already. So, it's CW, so they can't really show much anyway. But still, it's definitely odd, and I get why Cheryl would want that to stop. So they go to get some money out of Nick, whose legs are still just busted. And he approaches like he's trying to help Cheryl out, but Nick, knows they don't know. They weren't that close from what I remember. So he knows it has to be about more than that. But he still ends up making a crack about Veronica, and Archie just punches the shit out of him, breaks his nose apparently too. Which I loved. I definitely reacted positively to that when Archie started hitting him. I was like, yeah. I still like when Veronica and the others, kicked his ass and everything, and, knowing he got in an accident was good. Wish he would have died. But just seeing Archie, directly sort of, just punish him for what he did or tried to do, I think was good. And of course, now he knows that there had been some kind of setup, to get Nick injured as he was. And, so he goes back to the FBI guy about it, but he doesn't want his father to get in trouble, and he doesn't want Veronica to be pulled into what her father did either. And, maybe I'm just different than Archie. I guess I'm not as much of a do-gooder as Archie, but I don't know. If Herman Lodge hasn't done anything bad directly to him or Veronica in a while, then I don't know. Why mess with this? You're just going to cause bigger issues. But Archie's kind of in a no-win position right now, I guess, with that. And I really liked him and Veronica's discussion at the end of the episode. I was happy with how that was handled. Because at first I thought they were going to force in another kind of breakup right now, and some kind of separation with them because of Archie actually coming clean, getting ahead of the whole Betty and him kissing thing, which I thought was probably a good move on his part. So it didn't come out later. And of course Veronica doesn't like it. She feels very shocked by that, but it was at a time when they were briefly broken up, as well as Jughead and Betty. And it was kind of in the moment of everything going on, because like Archie said, like half an hour or whatever later, he was being buried alive. So Veronica's willing to understand, and she appreciates Archie's honesty, which I really liked. She touches Archie's hand, and so I like that. I like how they had Veronica handle that, and they just didn't force in more relationship drama right now. So I thought it was pretty touching between the two, and they say they love each other, which I liked. It got me in the feels a little. But yeah, I really like this episode, and we see at the end Archie talking to the FBI guy after getting his dad and Veronica protected supposedly. So I like this episode quite a bit. Actually, I'm giving it about a 9.2 out of 10. Maybe 9.3, but I'm trying to, hold myself back. I did enjoy it, though. I'm definitely glad Riverdale is back on. We'll continue to do my reviews every week, of course, through the finale and onwards. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.